All right, welcome to another episode of the Jeff Crilley Show. I am your host, Jeff Crilley, and I'm delighted to have Steve Tolen on. He is the president and CEO of Indy Power Systems. Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show.
Thank you, Jeff.
Well, I'm excited for you to be my guest because you're in a space that I think is just limitless in terms of its potential. Would you explain exactly what your company does?
Our company manages and optimizes energy. And that energy can come from anywhere, whether it be batteries, solar power, generators, water turbines, wind turbines. We manage electrons, so we don't care where they come from, and we can provide energy to the grid or take it off of the grid.
Wow. Okay, we're going to show your website because I think you have a beautiful website. These days, these systems that you're putting in are the size of a refrigerator. Is that right?
That is correct. There are shelves in there that have different modules on them, from DC to DC converters for batteries and solar to inverters for providing energy like your house or for the grid.
And we were talking offline about the idea that, years ago when you were with EDS, the computing power would take up a whole room, and now it's shrunk down to the size of a cell phone. It usually has more power than some of those big computers. Same thing's happening with electricity, right?
Indeed. The old mainframe mentality where the mainframe was king and always would be, and PCs were just expensive toys, gave way, and now we've got the same thing happening in the power industry where centralized power distribution, the utility companies are generating, and that was the way it always was. Now people are generating their own power, and it wasn't built for that. So you can have your own power, and you can put a system in that's independent of the grid or that works with the grid.
So conceivably, you could go into a small village in Africa with no power whatsoever and power the whole village with something the size of a refrigerator?
Indeed, we can. We like to say batteries not included, but you can put as many batteries on as you want to. All systems are modular, scalable, upgradable. So you put in solar panels, we'll plug them in. A generator, we'll plug that in. Water turbine, wind turbine, we'll plug that in. Batteries, it's just a matter of how much storage you want.
And I think you're absolutely at the right place at the right time because we've gone green as a society, but the millennials and the Gen Zs are even more loyal to energy efficiency and not having a large carbon footprint. Talk about that.
Indeed. It's got to the point now where it's not only ecologically responsible to utilize alternative energy, but it's sometimes cheaper. Solar power has got it pretty much at parity or less than some areas now for utility grid power. And there's a huge cost savings for businesses that have demand charges that we can use batteries to cut peaks in power. And then for the homes and for those that want to recycle, we were the very first to integrate used or recycled batteries that come out of electric vehicles into energy storage systems.
Wow, and you're so forward-thinking that you even caught the attention of Toyota. So we're going to roll a clip right now, and then we'll let you explain it.
Very good.
Everybody, I'm pleased to announce that we're about to switch from the generator system to the batteries. The quiet is about to happen. Steve, we're ready.
We have 8 million hybrid vehicles on the road today. At some point in time, those batteries are going to need replacing. So imagine if we can do this with 200 batteries. Over time, what we could do with 8 million batteries. Anywhere in the world that has a need for power that is off the grid could work with this. The opportunities are endless.
Okay, so tell us about that.
Okay. A gentleman from Toyota saw our very first demonstration project that was a demand charge reduction system that integrated used lead-acid batteries and a new lithium-ion battery pack, and wondered if we could do that with their nickel metal hydrides coming out of their hybrid vehicles. Of course, I said, yes, we can, because we manage electrons. It doesn't matter where they're from. And it got a little more complicated when he wanted us to put it out in Yellowstone National Park and pull together energy from solar panels, water turbines, the batteries, and a generator. So we did that, and what you saw there was the result of our system that went from pure generator power to alternative energy power with a generator as only backup.
Wow. And that particular clip actually played in theaters across the country, is that right?
Toyota played it in many places, and we were getting calls from all over the country and even foreign countries.
And what that signals to me is that you really are in the right place at the right time, because a company as large as Toyota is using that as a marketing device in theaters, saying, look at how responsible we are.
It is not only responsible, but it's fiscally responsible as well. It saves them money. We're taking what used to be a liability, a used battery, and turning it into an earning asset, which reduces their demand charge, smooths energy, and helps integrate alternative energy. So
let's look into the future. Right now, the power that you have is the size of a refrigerator. Do you ever see it getting down as small as an iPhone, or is that being overly optimistic?
Well, if you remember the original mainframes, and now, like you said, there's as much power in a cell phone as there was in a mainframe now. And yes, indeed, with power getting shrunk down, I mean, who doesn't remember the old bag phones? Well, except for my daughter doesn't. But you know, it's gotten shrunk down pretty much in additional functionality. So eventually, a home could be powered on something very similar to your cell phone.
All right. Well, we want to give people a chance to get a hold of you. So indypowersystems.com is the website, and they can just send you an email through the contact page? Or?
Sure. Yeah, it's info@indypowersystems.com.
Wow. Well, you've been a great guest. Steve, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right. And we'll see you next time.